What is the biggest reason that you see organizations moving towards a more sustainable way of producing output? And how do their motivations differ from the mush sector?
Yeah, the main attention getter for businesses these days around all of these environmental and social things, the sustainability things, is the so-called low-hanging fruit of eco-efficiencies, of saving money on things that they're spending money on, such as the biggie, energy. The second biggie is waste handling. The third one is water. And the last one, it depends on the industry, but it's the materials that they use, the materials for their products, dematerialization, saving money on that, or on the packaging of the products. But again, that's very variable by industry. So the two that are the biggest ones for any sector are energy and waste handling. In terms of the so-called mush sector, institutions are on the same kind of pressure. Their budgets are being cut back. They need to be able to save money on the things that they're spending money on. Labor costs are huge in all of those. So getting more productivity from the labor is also an aspect of it. And the interesting thing is that this sustainability stuff is a huge productivity boost for people. Why? Because people care about these things. The employees care about these things. And if they're engaged in some of the ways in which the company can save money on their energy and so on, not so much by the retrofits part, but by the behavioral part, turning off lights, turning off computers, looking for ways to save waste, avoid waste.
What are the most common hurdles that these two sectors face when trying to develop sustainable energy plans?
The big one is normally called executive attention. And the reason is that executives very often have been burned in the past with regulations. Regulations, especially environmental regulations, don't have a good reputation. They're usually expensive to meet and they're usually bureaucratic to meet. And expense and bureaucracy aren't things that most business leaders enjoy. So they think if they go any further on this green stuff, this environmental stuff, it's going to be more expense, more bureaucracy. And the irony is that it gets better. Any attention to these things is usually done by the Environmental Affairs Department. The Community Relations Department is marginalized. And they normally don't think of those kinds of things as being strategic business initiatives. But now they're starting to connect the dots between these things, and they're recognizing that there are huge returns that the company can enjoy if they're smarter about how they integrate some of those thinkings as well as technologies into the core of the business. And that's where the big payoff comes from. When executives click into that gear, they start to think that, oh, this is smart business. It's not only good for the environment, it's smart business. The challenge is not so much the first wave, it's keeping the momentum going. Both internally as well as helping people understand that what's going on outside the company is continuously changing as well, and the expectations of people are going up as to what the company is doing on these things. But the way that momentum is kept going is the companies, the organizations, the institutions need to embed this as an expectation into the management systems, the recognition and reward systems of the company, and align the company's reporting structures, management attention, all of those kinds of things, so that this doesn't look like some unnatural act that they're expecting employees to do, that this is an expectation of the employees. It's baked into the performance plans of the executives as well as the people.